Hi, Chloe.
Hi, Alex Drachnik.
Did you say my last name?
Yeah, I've never have done that before.
Welcome to Clout Nine.
So excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to have you. So Chloe is our TikTok queen, and we have a very fun story on how we met.
Absolutely.
Do you want to share it, or do you want me to share it?
I think you start and we'll back and forth because it's magical.
Okay, so I was at VidCon and we were at the TikTok party, and I had just gotten done talking to someone. And you know when you're done talking to someone, you like look around the room? Well, I looked around the room and Chloe and I made like dead eye contact for like a little bit too long. We were like, hi, I'm Alex, I'm Chloe. And what was so cool is she was the first person I met who wasn't like this mega influencer trying to flex on me. I was like, oh, what do you do? You know, like, okay. And she's like, oh, I actually do the 22cc program. And I was like, what is that? Wow, you're interesting. What is this?
Yeah, I can kind of go off of that. It was so funny being at that place at that time because that was very early on in my influencer creator career. And the way you looked at me like, oh my gosh, like, is this just another influencer? Like, who's going to be trying to one-up me? Do they have something interesting to say? I was so new there, and I was like, I'm not a big influencer, and I'm just here with TTCC, and no one knows who I am. I'd gotten invited there as like a +1, so it wasn't even like an official creator invite, but you were one of the first creators I talked to that was like engaging and exciting, and immediately we just hit it off because you stand out like a sore thumb in the best way possible.
What color's my hair again?
I don't know. It's this like really humble hot pink.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you like really stood out to me and like you had such good conversation and we connected so hard.
Immediately.
Which ultimately led me into one of the biggest decisions of my life, which wasn't the plan.
I know.
But here we are.
And what was that decision?
I moved to LA about 7 months after that. And it was like, we had chatted, one of our mutual friends had been there and they had invited me to a festival in Palm Springs. And
that I was at.
That she was at. And we met up there. We had the best weekend ever. It was everyone in that group just got along so well. And around that time, I'd been planning to move to San Diego to take care of my grandma. And I was like, it's going to be so fun. I get people to visit in LA. I ended up making the move to San Diego. One thing led to another. I ended up having to move from San Diego. And I was like, where do I go? And then all of you guys here were like, what about LA?
LA.
I'd never been here. I had never wanted to be here. And with the 3 days notice, I went from your birthday party in Mammoth. If you don't know Alex, she throws this massive party. And I'm not talking like a couple friends. I'm talking like it's legendary. Up in Mammoth. I was so tired. And just that weekend, one thing led to another. Suddenly I live in LA. And now it's been 2 years.
And your life has evolved so much since I met you too. Like when I first met you, you were doing the TTCC, which was the TikTok Creative Challenge program. Mm-hmm. And I am like so fascinated by these other programs on social media that when she told me about it, I was like, I want in. Why don't you tell everyone what that program was?
Okay, the TikTok Creative Challenge is probably what started my career as I know it now. And it's super funny because all the time as creators, I think you get this too, you'll get little notifications from TikTok like, you can make up to $50,000. And like you click on it and it's some weird Discord or whatever. But at this point in time when I had gotten invited into this program, I was poor. I remember specifically, I was like sitting on the floor of my apartment in Denver. This was in like November of 2022, I want to say. I was sitting on the floor of my apartment because my couch was broken because I couldn't afford a couch and it didn't have cushions. It was just broken wood. So I was sitting on my floor like trying to figure out how to afford things. And I get this little notification to the TikTok Creative Challenge. And I'm like, oh God, at this point I need something. Like I was working as some like off-brand bootleg, probably illegal teeth whitener. I got hired off of Indeed. They certified us on a Google Doc. And people would be like, are you a dentist assistant? And I'd be like, I'm certified. And I'd point at the wall with the Google printout. No one knew it. So I was a teeth whitener. And I was like, I gotta do something. So the Creative Challenge came up and I was like, anything's better than the teeth at this point. So I clicked that notification. It led me to a Discord. And in that Discord, I messaged like, hey guys, anyone making money in here? And that's the first time I had done something like that with TikTok. And one of my mutual friends messages me and she's like, there's too many people in that group chat. I follow you. Like we followed each other for a while. this is how much money I'm making. And at the time, like that amount of money, even now, like that amount of money she was making is life-changing. It was huge. It was a career. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is how I'm going to do it. It's always been a dream of mine to be a creator. And I was like, this is how I'm going to do it. And this woman, who we'll probably get into at some point, she is the #1 TikTok shop affiliate in the entire world. I'm talking six figures a month, like multiple months in a row. She just got back from Korea. She is insane. And it's so funny now because I look back at the numbers she was telling me, like, hey girl, I'm making like $10,000 a month. Like, you want in? And like, or I can teach you. And I was like, $10,000 a month? And now I got off the phone with her today and she's like, yeah, you know, this brand that they're offering me 10,000. I don't think I have time for this 4-hour live stream. And I'm like, that is what social media can do. Like when $10,000, which is a ton of money, becomes like not always worth your time. Anyway, I say that because she invited me into this program. There was so much money in it. And in that program, we basically made UGC, user-generated content, ads for companies, for apps specifically that were advertising on the App Store. So let's say a company like Rocket Money wanted to make UGC content with creators. We would go on this little platform, the TTCC platform. As a creator, I could click Rocket Money, see what key selling points they had, what they needed from creators. You make that video, you submit it, and then the brand runs it, and you get paid on the conversions of app downloads. Girl, when I tell you, I felt rich. I was like, I did very well. I started making content in this program. I held the record for the highest income earned in the first month for that program ever.
Wow.
I know.
Holy crap.
I had a video, an ad, I guess, go viral. And none of these are posted to your actual page.
Which was sick.
It was awesome. Because
So
you could
sick.
be as cringy as you wanted, which was, I had some interesting videos out there. And if
Yep.
you saw them, no, you didn't. They were so cringy.
Dude, my worst video or my best video ever was me. I had just woken up with no makeup on, wearing like a bunny suit or something, and it made like the most money. And I was like, nice.
Yeah, and that's what was beautiful about it. It was authentic. You didn't have to do like, it was hard, consistent work, but like you didn't have to be any type of way. And yeah, that program ended up setting me up for success. While I was in that program, I worked so hard. I didn't take a day off for probably until like December of when I got invited into the program until I met you in Palm Springs again. So Splash House was my first day off. So from December to August, that was my first day off.
I don't even know if you were taking a day off because we were making videos while there. So technically,
I don't know. I know. I think maybe I had we had done that, which is so funny.
maybe that was on the Friday and then the Saturday.
Yeah, that was my first day off in probably 10 months.
Whoa.
But with that being said, I made the most money I ever made in my life that year. And it completely set me up for success because of the money I made that year. I was able to move to LA, supported my dreams, and supported me becoming a creator in a typical sense on TikTok.
Yeah, which I think that was why I was so fascinated when I had just met you at VidCon, because you were like, oh, I do this other thing. And I instantly was like, whoa. And I love learning new things, and that was something I've never heard of before. I didn't know there were other programs on TikTok. And so this was 2-3 years ago, something like that.
Yeah,
Wow,
and
time
you were
flies.
really only using because you were doing really well with Sasha, and
Yeah.
I'm guessing you were doing brand deals in the creator
Program.
Yeah,
the creator
where you get
monetization.
5 cents for $1 million views.
$1 million, thank you. No,
I wish.
But yeah, I didn't know about these other programs because I was so used to being like a front-facing creator that I didn't realize there were other programs where you could make videos
On the back end.
On the back end. So as soon as you told me, I was hooked. This is my ADHD. I get so hyper-focused on these new things. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure it out, because you never know what's gonna hit. You never know what's gonna change your life.
Absolutely. And what's really cool about that is you didn't have to be anyone special to do it. You didn't, your follower count did not matter. There was a minimum to get into the program, but you didn't need to be a typical influencer. And I remember when I was at that convention at VidCon, I was there representing TikTok as one of the creators in TTCC. And we had this little kind of, I don't want to call it a booth. It was like a room dedicated to TikTok, and creators would come through. There were some of your most favorite creators, and they're big influencers, 15 million followers. And all day long, I'd talk to these people, and I would talk to, some influencers that would look at me like I was a piece of dirt because they had 5 million followers and they didn't think that I or TikTok had any more to offer them, and they missed out on so much money, whereas you saw that as an opportunity and you made a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
For the amount of work you put in, it was, so cheers to you, because a lot of creators, look at that stuff and they let their pride get in the way and they don't think that it's worth their time.
Yeah, they let their egos get in the way. And I've seen this happen a lot of times, especially in my business where like, I run the social media business, right? And a lot of creators, just because you have millions of followers doesn't mean you have millions of dollars.
Nope.
And a lot of people like to make everyone think they have a lot of money. Mm-hmm. And so then every now and then I'll get these big creators being like, hey, can I work for you? And I'm like, sure. Yeah. Here's a producer role. It's going to be a 10-hour day and you can't be on your phone all day and I need you to work. And they're like, okay. They show up, they don't do their job. And then I'm like, hey, you didn't do your job. Oh, I have to work? Yeah, that's the job. Well, I don't want to do that. Well, you asked me for it. And they don't know how to like set aside their ego. Like, dude, no. Just because I have millions of followers doesn't mean that I'm like rolling in dough. You know what I mean? No. It's actually the people that actually don't have the most following are probably making the most money.
It seldom has anything to do with your following or what you're doing on TikTok. With TikTok Shop, it's a little different and we'll get into that. Yes. But, it's the money you make and what you build is because of the work you do as a result of the success of Sasha and the connections you've made. And you're using everything outside of your following to help you create an income. And you work so hard for that. You can't just rely on the Sasha account.
You can't. And I think a lot of people think, especially like, the younger viewers probably listening or watching, like, yeah. I know a lot of people and a lot of kids want to be like a content creator growing up, but it's a lot of work and it's not just like, oh, make content, go viral, I make money. It's like, no, you have to have something that drives an audience, sells products, sells a course, you build a business, because the whole point of social media is you're marketable, right? Like, absolutely. We've made ourselves marketable. So now what's the next step? Acting, singing, modeling, or starting a business, or, leading into TikTok Shop.
Yeah.
So how did you get into TikTok Shop then?
Oh gosh, I have a fairy godmother and her name is at Allie Breen on TikTok. Influenced Queens, I think, is one of her pages. She's incredible. So Allie is the woman who got me into the TikTok Creative Challenge, and she is the girl I referenced in the beginning who is now the top affiliate in the entire world. She's incredible, and she's just someone also who has taken advantage of these programs. And TikTok Shop got announced, I want to say in May of 2023 or 2022. I think, no, 2023. In May of 2023. And Allie was like, okay, I'm going to try it. I'm going to post a video. And I remember around that time, I was doing well on TTCC. And Allie was doing well. Both of us were making probably like 15,000. Like, I think my average was probably around like, I'd say 29,000 for that year, a month. I was making about 29,000 a month. Allie was probably making, I don't want to air out her business, you might need to bleep this, but she was making closer to 50,000 a month. And she had started TikTok Shop, and I think she was making an extra 8,000 a month on it. At this time though, I was working so hard with the Creative Challenge. The idea of adding something else onto my plate just seemed like too much because I was making like 40 plus videos a week. But if you want to get paid like no one else, you got to work like no one else.
Yep.
So Allie had kind of started talking about that, and she was consistently posting. So I knew about it, and she kept telling me, post. And then finally, November of 2023 came around, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. Like, let's just make a video of this mirror. It was a Costway mirror.
I remember this video.
This mirror bought me a house pretty much. And like, we can get into that. But because I posted this video with a $17 commission per item sold that got 17 million views, I made my first 6 figures in a period of, I think, 3 weeks. And like that year, I was already doing well.
Hold on, let me pick up my job. Wait, was this 6 figures what you took home?
Yes.
Holy
It was about $120,000 that month. And it was crazy. I was...
Didn't like Kim Kardashian view like this video and stuff like that?
North and Kim liked this video. Julia Fox, I think the lady's name is. All of your favorite, like, it was past, like, the social media famous people. I'm like, why are these A-list celebrities with billion-dollar net worths liking my Costway mirror? It's awesome. I use it every day. Link in bio.
Is that still your biggest video ever?
In terms of commission, I would say yes. I've been doing TikTok Shop for about 3 years now, or 2 years now, something like that. In terms of making that much money in that short of time? Yes. It's hard to tell now because with TikTok Shop, you are residually getting paid. My highest paid videos this year are videos I made in April. Like my highest product this month is because of a video I made in April. So, you know, I might have already surpassed that. I just don't know.
Well, that one video though might be like the biggest payday, or it could.
It's hard to tell. I have like, I would say yes, but it's like I have some other close runner-ups that have like 17 million views, 16 million views, but their commission rate isn't $17 per item.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's $3. So I would say, yeah, I guess in that amount of time, probably that's my highest paid video.
Wow.
That launched me into a level of TikTok Shop that people still try to get into. I was immediately put into a star creator program with TikTok. Basically, when you start doing well on Shop, there's tiers to it, and the higher you get, the more support you get. I went from having like zero sales in a month to it was like $500,000, and I got like a direct contact. I got a direct I wish that was all in my pocket. I'm still happy with that commission though.
The commission, but wow.
Gotta be clear. Yeah, seeing that was crazy, and knowing you can have that type of impact.
Wait. Walk me through how TikTok Shop works as a creator. So how do you sell a product?
Yeah, okay. So for example, let's say that I'm like looking to see if I have a shop product on me. These earrings, which are making me the most money right now.
Are they the little knives?
These are the little knife earrings. So my boyfriend got me these earrings. They're just, you know, a cute little knife earring. I love them so much. He genuinely got them for me. And I looked up to see if they were on Shop, because now that this is my full-time job, I look at my life in a lot of ways of like how I can make more money. And I looked these little earrings up. Surprise, surprise, they're on TikTok Shop. So I added them to my showcase, and I just kind of started promoting them. So you find the product. If it is on Shop, you add it to your showcase. Once you add it to your showcase, you can go create a video, and once that video is done, you can add the product to the video, and the rest is history.
Well, how do you get paid from it?
So every product has a different commission. The commission of this earring is awesome. It's $17 per item sold, but the price point is $50.
Wow.
So the company they have an awesome commission rate for its affiliates. I'm the only one selling it right now.
And the commission could go from what, like 10 to 20%? Or?
It can go from 2 to 50, whatever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, whatever the company has, and you can usually see that. Once you get more into TikTok Shop, you can negotiate your commission rates, which is awesome.
Yeah.
For the eyeliner I'm wearing, I have a higher commission rate. I think usually it's 10%. I might have 15. But yeah, once your video makes a sale and goes through and everything, it just gets added to your little account, and I get paid like once a week from TikTok.
Wow.
And yeah, it's so cool because it's, you know, if you go into your 9 to 5 every single day, no matter how hard you work, no matter what you put in, how late you stay, and you're on salary, you're on salary. You've hit your glass ceiling. If you are on TikTok Shop and you like are working so hard, showing up, being consistent, there is no ceiling. There is, I know creators who have made $500,000 in a month.
Wow.
Like off of one video. I know creators who regularly make 6 figures a month off of all of their videos. There is no ceiling with TikTok Shop, and that's what's really powerful about it.
How many videos are you posting a week? Yeah. Not even a week. How many videos are you posting a day for TikTok Shop?
This changes, and we'll probably get into this more. I struggle with consistency as a creator. I really struggle with consistency. It's hard to always be in a creative state. So there's times where, you know, I'll be having a really good month and then I get lazy, and then for weeks I'm barely posting.
What is barely posting to you though?
Couple times a week.
Oh wow, that is low for you.
That's nothing. Like that's nothing. But it's hard because if you have, it's like a little bit of a mirage, because you'll have a month where you maybe you make $25,000 and you're on a high and you feel good, but then all of a sudden like you realize you haven't worked. And with TikTok, it takes about 3 weeks for videos to start kind of
ramping
up. So like you're kind of in this mirage because, you know, let's say you have a really high month and you're just every day you're making $500. You're not working and you're still making $500 a day, and you have this like illusion in your head that you're making money, but you're not because you're not working.
And it will end eventually and you got to put more out.
And that is where kind of I am now. So this summer I got distracted. I got inconsistent. I had a decent spring and I just, I was going through a minor breakup. I was sad. I was whatever. And I stopped posting. And then I went to Burning Man. I had a series blow up and I was so focused on that. And I was on such a high. And then all of a sudden I came home in September and my money was so low. And I was like, oh, God. And my manager literally was like, you need to ramp up and your numbers are low now. They're going to be lower next month. Start posting now. You'll start seeing a subtle increase in November, which is where we are now. And this is to answer your question. Right now I'm posting about 10 times a day. This isn't a norm for me, and it's not a norm for most creators, but it is about to be Black Friday, Cyber Monday. When you are a creator and there are sales like this or time periods like this, you need to maximize off of them. You need to take as much advantage of the companies who are putting money into promotion, into advertising. You need to post as much as possible. So right now I'm trying to do 7 to 10 times a day. But usually, in a perfect world, I think posting 3 times a day is the best.
What is the most amount of videos you've posted in one day?
Probably like 15 to 20. And without fail, whenever I do that, when I go on my little rampages, one of the videos pops off.
Yeah.
So if you want to take that number and do that every day and do like a little challenge and see how good your videos do, you can probably make a lot of money. Burnout's real though, and you don't want to burn out and then not be able to work for a couple months.
Yeah, I was about to ask, how's your, you talked a little bit about burning out, but like how have you dealt with burnout? What do you usually do?
I would love to say that I have the perfect answer for this. I'm actively working on it because burnout is often tied to my mental health and how I'm doing. And it wasn't until this year I got medicated for my anxiety. It'll be interesting to see what happens after I move out of LA if I still need to be on Prozac. But yeah, I got medicated this year for my anxiety, which has been so helpful because it's just kind of felt like it's lifted the weight of the world off of me. And this is why they have me on it. It feels like it's lifted the weight of the world off of me. And I finally have room to get systems in place to help myself. And I feel like I'm kind of in my journey right now of learning how to deal with burnout because I've always been operating as like an anxious person, like just trying to survive. So I don't have the tools to deal with burnout because I'm just trying to make it through the day and have an appetite, which is like, it's so real. But now that anxiety is out of the way, I'm putting systems into place that are helping me a lot. And what I'm doing right now to avoid burnout is days like today, how I look right now, this would be a filming day for me. Like when I am making so much content, like I can't make content like that every single day and be sane. So I like to have my filming days. Right now that's kind of looking like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Those are the days I get up, I look good, I do my crazy makeup, I look like something I want to market that aligns with my brand. And then I drink a cup of coffee and I go crazy. And I just go like, y'all seen this eyeliner? Y'all seen this lip gloss? And I just like rapid fire. And when I have those bursts of energy, I take advantage of it. I film back to back. My best videos aren't like slow-mo, like a ton of editing, like, look how good this coffee muck is. These are all the specs, blah, blah, blah. My best videos are me being like, y'all, I got this coffee mug. This shit's so good. And
like 10 times the energy.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what, and I'm thirsty, by the way. And that's what does well for me. So what I'm doing to support my burnout right now is batch filming, and that's helping a ton.
Yeah.
And getting hobbies. That's nice too.
Hobbies are good. No, batch shooting your content essentially basically means you take a day or two to film everything you need for the week. So that way you don't have to burn yourself out by doing it every single day. I have been teaching people to do this for years. And also like, same with you, I had to set aside certain days a week to film because I cannot look like this every day. I know you guys think I wake up and look like this every day, but I do not.
It's a lot of work.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I look like I have not been outside for 3 days.
But no one would be able to tell.
But no one will. And Thursdays are my day. Thursdays, I have no meetings. I have nothing going on except be creative because it's my day. And so I know that. And everyone on my team knows that. They're like, leave Alex alone on Thursdays.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the day I get ready and I make myself look good. And I, like last Thursday, I was texting you. I shot like,
so good.
Dude, I shot like 30 freaking TikTok shop videos and like normal videos because I'm the same as you. When I have that burst of energy and I look good, and if I look good, I feel good. When I feel good, the videos look good.
Absolutely. So wow, you're batch filming for everything just one day a week?
Usually, yeah.
How many hours are you doing? Like, what does that day look like?
It's like think of it like a full day of work. So it's like I wake up, I'll go to PT, and then physical therapy for my knee,
I'm in that too, girl.
And then usually from like about like noon to like 7 or 8, I'll just shoot all day. Like last week, I had my friend Cam come over and be like, "Hey, I'll pay you to just be like my PA filmer for the day." So that, which is great because then I'm like, "Here's the phone, film me doing this and this and this and this and this." Sometimes I'll film on Tuesday nights because Tuesday afternoons I don't have a lot of meetings either.
Yeah.
But getting like, I don't know about you, but this takes me about like an hour and a half. Okay,
It's a lot.
It's a lot of work and a lot of commitment. I hate when brands
feathers in the hair.
Right. I hate when brands are like, "Could you film this right now?" And I'm like, no, I cannot just film it right now because that means I have to put makeup and do my hair and just wait till Thursday.
Yeah, you get like blowouts and stuff, right? Is that every week?
I go to the dry bar, but I have a subscription to the dry bar.
You inspired me is what I'm saying. Is you told me that and I said, you're telling me I can have someone else do my hair?
The biggest thing I can give you advice on is outsource as much as you can to give yourself time back. So like, I know there's gonna be a lot of like back and forth about this, but as a business owner, I don't have time to sit there and cook and clean my kitchen for 4 fucking hours, okay? I get meal prep that has my macros, so I stay fit and I save time, and it's fresh, by the way. It's fresh meal prep, not frozen. But like that, and then getting my hair done. I don't have time to sit there and blow dry my hair, and it never looks as good.
Yeah.
Get it done. And guess what? I get to work while I'm doing my hair, so.
That's what I did a panel last week for one of the companies I've done well for. And one of the things like I told people is, and this goes in line, it's like, when you do your own hair, it's not going to look as good as when you get it professionally done. And I was telling people, like, if you want to be successful, you need to have, like, especially if you're in the lifestyle, like beauty, makeup, you want to look good. You don't have to look a certain way, but you need to look good and put together. And if you have the money to invest into getting your hair done or maybe getting your makeup done, it's going to be different for whatever kind of creator you are, do that. Because people, I'll tell you what type of person they're going to buy a makeup product from versus who they're not. And it's going to be the one who looks like they take pride in how they look.
You know, having a certain look or the aesthetic or having makeup on, like, I hate to say it, but like, as a woman, there's been studies where women will actually get ahead or get more of what they want when they are more put together. And it's so true. This is why it's really important to take care of yourself. Yes. Like, you don't have to have a face full of makeup. You don't even have to wear makeup, but as long as you're put together in your own way, you will get really ahead and you can get by with a lot of things too.
At the end of the day, and I don't think it's vain, I think it's taking pride in your work. Like, this is our job. Like, you are a brand, I am a brand.
Yes.
Like, it's not like I'm like Kellogg's or anything, but I'm Chloe, and like I want to show up.
I hope you make a cereal called Chloe now.
Please do. But it's like I want to take pride in my brand. Like, this is my job. This isn't like a silly little thing I'm doing. I want it to pay me like a job. Yeah. So I treat it like a job. And if I want to sell my holographic eyeliner, like, this is a part of it. And it's good because it's authentic. And I know this is authentic to how you feel.
Right.
You've just perfected it.
Right. But I feel like that comes with like growing, right? Like only in the last like 5 or 6 years have I discovered closer to my identity and who I am and like myself and being more authentic. And I feel like maybe you have too.
Yeah. And I mean, I can send you a little picture that you can put on the screen if you want of the night we met. I look so different.
So different.
So different. I just like have really fallen into my style and my accessorizing as a creator. And it's taken about 5 years and it's still evolving every day. But in the past couple of years, I've really found my personal style. And we had a conversation about this.
I was just about to bring that up.
Like, do you want to?
We were in Palm Springs, and she had said how she really wants to find like her thing, like how my pink hair is my thing, and like my style and outfit is my thing. And you had mentioned, you're like, what is my like thing that people are going to remember me for.
Yeah.
So have you gotten closer to it?
Yeah, and I feel like I've been living in it, but now I try to purposely incorporate that into my content because I want to stand out. I want to be a creator that is different and looks different than other people. I think you can sympathize with that too. Like I've never felt connected to like the clean girl aesthetic or like the perfect makeup influencer. I'm like, my nose kind of crooked.
Blue jeans, white top, blonde, perfect eyeliner. You're like, I can't.
Yeah, slick back. No, forehead too big. But yeah, so it's like, I feel like I've been in it, but now it's so fun because like I'm kind of looking at myself like an avatar. I get to dress up to take to work, and it's like I'm just intentionally making sure this is the version of myself that I am showing on TikTok, because I also have half the week. Today I walked around the neighborhood with a cotton t-shirt around my head while my hair dried and like a dirty t-shirt. Like that's not what I show up as on social media. This is because like this is my brand. This is who I am, and I want to reflect this to my audience.
That's amazing. I mean, I love this outfit. It's so cute.
Thank you.
We couldn't have like more opposite style, which is why I love it even better.
It's so fun. It's so fun. I love it.
Trying to find your style, what do you think was, or not even just style, yourself and like discovering yourself, what do you think was the most difficult thing during that process?
Is it finding myself in the sense of like my identity online or?
Ooh, both. Like, how was finding your identity online and your identity in real life? Did you have issues with that crossing and being different?
Honestly, no. And you can let me know because I'm actually curious. I feel I do a pretty good job at authentically presenting myself. Like I feel like how I am in the day-to-day is the same as TikTok.
I could say, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like obviously there might be discrepancies or
But you're not like playing a character or doing skits. So like you get exactly what you get. You're doing more like vlog lifestyle. I'm selling a product. And I know that all the products you sell are things that you actually use and like.
Yeah.
I'm there. I can attest to that. She literally put lip gloss on me the other night. I really want that.
So one of the things I really take pride in when it comes to my TikTok shop is everything that I promote is things I authentically use every single day. So these are my earrings that I love so much, and they're going viral right now. Alex and I just had a viral video
you can call
together.
Me whatever you want.
Okay, I was like, what do they know you as?
Anything.
Okay, well, perfect. And then my entire makeup right now, my holographic eyeliner. I don't know if you can see it, but it's my Kaleidos eyeliner that has made me so much money. My eyebrows, my eyeliner, my eyeshadow, like everything.
What is this box?
This is my
Is it also in TikTok shop?
yeah, so this is the holographic eyeliner. If you get the whole kit, you get this. I think that might not be true. Don't quote me. I don't know. Anyway, Kaleidos is really good for their eyeliner. Link in bio.
Okay, wait, I might have to go get some now. I just want the box.
I know, it's really nice. Point there is though, all the things I promote, I authentically use. My entire face right now is TikTok shop. I'm not kidding. That's why my videos do well, because like I can authentically come on and be like, I'm obsessed with this, because I am.
Because she is.
That's me.
Wait, that's amazing.
We might have lost the original plot. Is there
No,
a question I was supposed
no,
to answer?
This is going very well. You're going great on the... You mentioned that you're leaving LA.
Yeah.
And you've told me that you're buying a house.
Yeah.
Is this because of TikTok shop?
It is 100% because of TikTok shop.
How have you been able to do this in this economy?
I know. So this is something I am really passionate about, and this is the biggest purchase I've ever made in my entire life. It's happening actively. I'm in escrow, I think is what they call it. I don't know what that is.
You're so adult.
No, it's so scary. They send me contracts. I'm like, I don't know. But
Mom.
literally, yeah, it's 100% because of TikTok shop, and I've made very good money with TikTok shop. And I have had fun with that money, and I've been a little irresponsible at times. And I think that's okay when you make a lot of money, is to have a little fun. Like, do the things you want to do. I do think that it's crazy to hold every penny and not have fun. Like, we have fun. We go to festivals, we go to parties, we go on trips.
We have the coolest life.
We do the coolest things. Like, it's crazy. The stuff we do is things I used to dream about. And
all because I met you at VidCon and made eye contact with you awkwardly for like 10 seconds.
And the memories we have are just... Oh, and we're going to keep making them. But yeah, so it's like, I did have fun. I've had a lot of fun with my income, but I've also been smart with it. I'm not buying luxury bags. I'm not buying crazy things. I did buy a car. I did buy a Lexus, and it's sexy, and it makes me feel good. I've never had a nice car.
You kind of need a car, so.
Well, I had one, but the paint was falling off.
You need a better car.
And I love it, and I earned that car. I love my car, but like I didn't live too far outside of my means, and I took a really big chunk of money the year I made that like $120,000, then extra money with the TikTok Creative Challenge. I took that money and I kind of put it in an account and forgot it existed.
Wow.
I said, if I were to go back, I would have figured out how to invest it. Now all my money is invested. That's a different podcast. You can find someone else teaching you. I don't know how to do it. I wish I would have invested it. I didn't though. But I still had a big chunk of change. And I've always looked at this cash as not something that is like my money for right now. I've looked at it as when I'm ready to buy a house, I have $150,000, and that is I don't know how to buy a house, but I know that that's a substantial amount of money that's going to help me, whether it's a down payment, whatever it might be. And a couple of weeks ago, I kind of had an epiphany when it came to what direction I wanted to go with my career. And I knew that I have two accounts, my TikTok shop account, and then my account that I want to just be a normal creator on. And, that's like more of what makes me happy. So I have that account, and I was like, I really want to make outdoor content. Like I've been doing that. I really want to focus on that. So I'd made that decision, and I was thinking about the year I made the most money I ever did. And it was when I lived in an isolated cabin above Boulder, Colorado. I didn't leave for like 6 months. I lived with my best friend. It was, we did nothing but work out, and just like be friends. And it was one of the best times of my life. I felt so peaceful. I was working so hard. I made so much money. And when I made that decision to take my account that way, I was like, maybe like that's what I need to do. Like I need to like, cause at the time I'd gotten pre-qualified. I was looking at properties in LA and Riverside, I don't know, Oceanside, Ventura. It's so expensive here. And I felt so uninspired by the houses I was seeing and how expensive they were. They made me feel bad. And I was like, I wonder if there's like a mountain town that's like kind of close. Oh. Yeah, and I did some research, and I found a mountain town that's within 3 hours of LA, and I looked at the properties there, and they were so much more affordable, and they were beautiful, and it was like everything I ever dreamed of. And I went up there like 4 days after finding this town to view a house, and the last one I went to, so crazy. It like checked off everything I've ever had on my box. Like I could cry thinking about it.
It's so you.
I looked at my vision board the other day, and like it's the exact kitchen that I had on my vision board. It's like kind of scary. So I saw that house, and because I saved that money that I made with TikTok, I was able to put an offer down, and like they counter offered. I accepted it, and now I'm able to put a chunk of change down that's going to make my monthly expensive pretty much less than like what I'm doing now renting. And I give that long story because like I'm really excited about it, and it's freaking awesome.
Well, congrats, you bought a freaking house.
Oh, I can't wait to have that.
That's so crazy. Are we like adults now?
What's happening?
Like that's so awesome. And the house is amazing. You showed me pictures of it a couple days ago, and I was like, wow, like I cannot wait to come out there and create TikToks with you.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be an oasis. It's like, it's creative, it's beautiful. So if you're a creator and you are on your journey and you ever come in to a lot of money, whatever that might mean for you, first things first, set it aside for taxes.
Oh yeah.
I've heard horror stories about creators that don't know what taxes are, and then they're screwed. Don't do that. Set amount aside for taxes. It's gonna hurt, but do it. And then have a little fun, but put as much as you can. Invest it. Do something, because I promise you, putting this money away, like, and what it's able to do for me now is so much better than like a luxury bag I could have bought in.
Yeah.
So save your money.
Also, your crosses and your boobs.
Oh, well, thanks.
You know, I just want to make sure. I keep an eye on them.
You're so
I'm not just staring at your boobs.
No, please do.
Okay, so making all the content you do you ever get mean comments, hate on the internet? I know we've talked sometimes. You like to fire back at people in the comments sometimes.
Yes. So It's beautiful. Suddenly I get less hate comments once I filter out the words that trigger me from my comments. I don't see them ananymore.
Oh, you filtered out the words.
Girl, yeah.
Oh, I did that long time ago.
And it feels good.
Yeah.
I'm like, get out of my house with those words. That's ugly. I've gotten mean comments. And like they have affected me. They definitely have affected me. I've gotten work done. I got my nose done. I didn't get like a ton. That's always something that I wanted to do. And then it just kind of got like reaffirmed on TikTok. It was never a big deal with that. But then like I got my nose done. And then I had a video go viral when I was like probably 21, and I had some random early on viral videos, but like I was not a creator, but like I would have random viral videos, and I had a video go viral on the wrong side of TikTok, as they say.
Oh no.
And it wasn't even a mean video. It was like me making fun of skier boys. Don't do that. They're soft and sensitive. And
of skater boys?
No, skier boys. Like
skier boys.
Boys on the mountains.
Got it. Yeah. And then what happened?
Maybe if they boarded, they'd be happier. Just
and
kidding.
Hotter.
Just kidding. I don't care, just as long as you're outside. But I had made a video that wasn't even that mean, but it had struck a nerve with some of these guys. And that was the day I learned I had a big forehead. I never knew my whole life. And like, it's okay if you have a big forehead. Let me be clear. But mine was really big, and I was kind of surprised I didn't notice it. But like, that was an insecurity I never had until TikTok. And that is like the first wave of hate that like really impacted me in the way I looked at myself and did influence me to get a hair transplant. So yeah, the little hair transplant is under there. Ultimately glad I did it, but that was something I never knew I was insecure about until someone told me. As for hate comments nowadays, like I said, I block words out. If I'm getting a repetitive hate comment, like I block the words out. Like, you're not going to tell me about my chin or BBL allegations. This ass is real. If you'd believe it.
It is. I have seen it, and she works out.
I'm kidding about that. I don't get those allegations.
No, but okay, so going back on that, though, do you think that social media, I mean, you just said social media influenced you to get a hair transplant.
Yeah.
Do you think it's influenced a lot of the younger generation to get plastic surgery and other things?
Yeah, 100%. It's freaky because I have an interesting relationship with plastic surgery. I think it can be very gender affirming to people, whether it's like, you know, getting their boobs done or something like that. Like I do think plastic surgery can be a form of self-love, while it can also be the result of people projecting what they think you're supposed to look like onto you. And what's really sad is I feel like I'm kind of the last generation that kind of stood a chance with what social media is now, because I grew up without social media. You know, I had like a little blog, like something.blogspot.com, and like
back in the days.
Yeah, just like crazy stuff with IM, and like that was like social media really didn't start kicking off until I was in high school. So I was still like, I had a very normal childhood up until that, and then it really took off in the past 10 years. I don't know how kids are being kids nowadays with this pressure.
It's so crazy. Like, you see these 21-year-old girls who look like they're 35. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, when I was like 16, I had no idea what makeup was or how to even dress myself.
It's scary.
But you were a kid, you know?
And like the sexualization of minors is really scary to see. And like, because luckily it's not on my For You page, but like in the past, you know, I've seen a girl who looks really young come up on my page, and you can tell on their face, and they might be naturally developed in a womanly way, but social media has taught them how to make them look a lot more womanly than they are. And the second you start getting sexualized and tapping into the sexual part of yourself, and being objectified, like, a lot of your innocence is gone. And it makes me really sad that there's 13-year-olds that look like more womanly than I do.
Right. And then also, like, because I feel like the younger generation is just trying so hard to look older and be older as fast as they can. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I was like younger, I was like, man, I can't wait to be older, but I'm also cool with like where I'm at right now. And it's been a slow process. And now that I'm older, I'm like, yo, I want to be 16 again sometimes. I'm like, man, childhood was awesome.
Yeah.
But I feel like children these days just see the older generation are like, well, I want to get there as fast as I can. It's like, enjoy your childhood.
Yeah.
Because it's only for such a short amount of time until you got to pay bills.
Yeah. And it's such a small part of your life. And then the rest of it is bills. And don't get me wrong, there's like a benefit in getting older. But just do it with the right time. I saw a video, I think it was a little bit viral of an influencer who is at like University of Florida or something, and
I saw this.
She is beautiful and she's doing well, and she's at the early part of her career, and she got like a little highlight in her school's magazine as a micro influencer, and she wasn't like on the front page with like the bigger 500,000 influencers, and she was so upset.
Oh my God.
And I think it goes to say that generation often has a really hard time with like needing instant gratification, which is how their brains are wired with social media and technology. And so like I feel like this generation just has, or the generation below me, has a hard time with the instant gratification. And like she is at the very beginning of her career, and she's upset because she's not already peaking at her career. Can you imagine having a following at all at that age, and the amount of time you have to grow into whatever you want, and to be upset about that was just like, it's sad. And that's not her problem. That's like what the world has wired into her brain. And I hope she is happy with her growth. But
yeah, I know. I'm really thankful that, as a millennial, I was like deep millennial, 93 baby over here.
Yeah.
But I wasn't on Facebook until sophomore year of high school.
Wow.
Like I was the kid making YouTube skits with my neighbor every weekend, and that's it. And then eating bugs and playing with ladybugs and whatever.
I like that about you.
But I wasn't obsessed with social media like I am now. Let's be honest, it's so different. But I'm really happy that my childhood wasn't like that, because I was able to enjoy it and not constantly have to compare myself, because I think comparison is the biggest thing right now.
Yeah.
We see, you probably see this, like I see girls that are gorgeous on TikTok with like 16 million likes, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? But then I'm like, hold up. Comparison is a thief of joy. Don't compare yourself. It's the easiest way to go down a spiral.
Completely. Do you feel like your mental health has been impacted being a TikToker?
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Let's hear it.
Oh my gosh. It's Chloe's podcast now.
Sit down.
Yeah, listen, I always wanted a nose job before TikTok, for sure. That was like, I can relate to you on that.
Yeah.
So when I got some money from TikTok, I got the nose job, but one of my high five. But one of the worst comments I used to get all the time is bird nose. It's the same thing,
Yeah, but you had already
But I already made that decision. However, early on, the hate comments really got to me. Like early on, I remember when my first couple videos went viral, Instagram was notoriously meaner than any other platform. I don't get really hate comments anymore, but back then, oh my God, because nobody knew who I was, right? So the meanest comments I have ever gotten in my life, to the point where like, it started to make me believe the comments, like, and I was just like, I spiraled there for a bit, and then I got inspiration from celebrities read mean tweets. What is that, Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah.
I did Sasha, my Russian character, reads mean comments.
Yeah.
So I read the comments out loud, put their username, and then would make a joke about it. I wasn't being mean to them. I'd just be like, oh yeah, and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And that video went viral and got really positive feedback. And it's not like I was looking for the comments back, but it was just like a reminder that like there are good people on the internet, and you should not let the one comment out of the thousands of nice ones ruin your day.
Yeah.
But it definitely has fucked with my mental health. But I've gotten so much better now. And like, that's why I started this podcast, because I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Everyone I know, especially when I started collabing with people in 2020, they have dealt with like the craziest mental health, and they've dealt with like the craziest mental health and mean comments and things that they haven't talked about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, humans aren't, from my understanding, is like, it's not super normal for it to be so common or a part of our daily lives to be seen 17 million times. Like to get thousands of impressions. Like that's not necessarily wired into how our brains have evolved in with what community is. Like this is a very new type of community, and we're kind of the first wave of people.
We're the test subjects.
Yeah, literally. It feels like we're making all the neural pathways for the future generations of this like new norm, and we're adapting to it. And it's hard. And I feel like that's one of the, like being a creator, having the time freedom that we have, even though we work really, really hard, it's such a blessing to have time freedom and to live life kind of on our own terms and be our own bosses. And one of the prices you pay for jobs like this is that, you know, you might have a period when you're starting as a creator where like it's not going to feel very good, and you're going to need to see if this is actually for you. And if you are able to see if it's actually for you, you can learn to monetize off of it. There was a girl freaking out on me about these earrings the other day. She was like, those aren't worth $54. I'm like, okay, let's respond to this. And I can not only in a very nice way let you know why you're wrong and tell you you're kind of being a bitch. But like, let me tell you all the specs of this beautiful product and what makes it that price. And I've probably made a couple $100 off of a video replying to the hate comment because I was able to be like, oh, here's your hate comment. This is what makes this product expensive. And people love drama.
They love it.
People love it, especially once you start having an audience that is engaged with you and almost feels protective of you. They'll go to bat for you if they see someone being mean, and that feels really good.
And I think like that type of audience primarily only exists on TikTok. Like it does exist on the other social media platforms, but there's something about TikTok and the close-knit community. I call it the inside joke. Everyone wants to feel like they're part of an inside joke.
Yes.
So when a video goes viral and the comment section is just top notch, that is the inside joke. So you are the inside joke that everyone gets to be a part of. They're like, ooh, we're going to defend Chloe.
That's genius. Is that like kind of what that like group 7 thing is? I don't know what that is, but like that's an inside joke, right?
It is, because basically this singer, Sophia James, wanted to test the algorithm. She made 7 videos and was like, this is group 6, this is group 5. And of course, group 7 went viral. And she's like, if you're in group 7, this video is for you. It got like 80 million views.
That's crazy.
And so then it became an inside joke that if you saw that video first on your feed without someone sending it to you, you were part of group 7. I didn't see it until the follow-up video, and then I was like, oh my God, I made group 7.
That's so fun.
But isn't that insane? And her music was on those videos, so for every view, it got like a stream or something like that.
Good.
But it's crazy, though, to think about at the same time how creative you have to get anything seen these days.
And it's so funny because I feel like it's often like you can try and strategize with the top earners in every industry, the executives of these companies, and it's the video that you don't put any effort into.
It's always.
I heard from a very big company, Philips razors. I'll say it. It's good. But like, I went to one of their creator meetup things a couple weeks ago at the TikTok headquarters, and they pulled me aside. First of all, they said, oh my God, are you the coochie girl? Because I have a video, one of my highest paid videos, talking about a razor I use of theirs on my coochie. And they all recognize me and they go, oh my God, these are all professional people. Are you the coochie girl? And they're telling me that they're showing this video of me. They said, we just had a convention last week. Think of a convention for Philips, whatever the other competitors are. A room full of men, probably 45 to 60s, all in suit and ties, and they think they are marketing professionals, and they put me in the shower picking up my phone super spontaneously on the big screen, and they're like, this is what's working on social media. It's the videos you don't plan to go viral, and once you catch that trend of like that woman, she didn't do that knowing it was going to work. Sometimes it just happens.
Yep.
And when it happens, you run, you sprint, and you ride that wave as hard as you can.
That's so amazing. But yeah, you know how hard it is to convince our clients and marketing teams that, hello, this video of the girl picking up her phone in the shower is what's going to sell you stuff over this $20,000 produced commercial.
Absolutely.
And it's like, you need proof is what it is. So like you are the proof. You are showing that it works.
Exactly. You just got to keep trying things, and you can't like for some people doing the same thing, repetition is their success. But you have to keep trying new things, and
repetition works if you evolve it. So like I'm a good example. I've been doing my Sasha character for 4 years now.
Happy birthday, Sash.
What?
That's
crazy to think about. But, I started this Russian character not realizing that it was going to literally like change my life.
Yeah.
But I've evolved her. Now she does fashion. She does a bartending series. She's doing TikTok shop,
Yeah.
But as long as you're able to evolve,
Yep.
it will work. But if you stay the same, that's when things get messy.
Absolutely. You always have to do something a little bit different because people do lose their focus pretty fast.
So, I have a really good one for you.
Yay.
Social media and romantic relationships.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah, what is your take? Because I'm just always curious. I just think dating is so tough in this day and age now. Would you prefer to date someone who has social media or doesn't have social media?
It depends what type of social media. Like, I've never been super attracted to like the TikTok, kind of the typical TikTok guys, like the Savannah Bananas. I wouldn't really date one of them. They're just not my type.
Yeah.
I
want to be the focus of attention, not you.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, there's certain type of creators that I would date and that I wouldn't. I think like, you know, like hype house type people. I don't like, obviously that's a little bit older, but that's not my type of person. I like someone who is doing social media because it's a career or because they're passionate about creating art that they want to show through videography or whatever it might be. I don't want to date someone who's a social media person because of ego and like just their looks.
Do you think that people have seen your social media and opted to not date you because of it?
I feel like honestly, my boyfriend now is a really good example of someone who might not have wanted to date me or who is nervous dating me. And he's expressed this to me. I met my boyfriend in the desert. His car was broken down. It was so romantic.
There's a whole video of it.
It's really cute. But he met me and he's not in the influencer world at all. And I showed up to this campsite dressed as and I looked like an influencer, but I'm also an outdoorsy girl. Don't get it twisted. And you know, we really hit it off. We had a really cute meet cute. And he'd gone home and he told his roommates, oh, I met this girl. Like, she's an influencer. And he had like, he now that we're dating, he had told me he didn't know what kind of influencer I was going to be. And if I was someone who was like ego-filled or super like self-absorbed or I don't know, he wouldn't be interested in that. He describes me to his friends as someone who is a creator by occupation, not by personality.
Interesting.
Like, this is my job, this isn't my personality.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, if I was different, I don't think he would have dated me, but I'm pretty down to earth.
Yeah, dating is just so interesting in this day and age. I have had, I won't go into names, but I've had people in my past lives who have told me that basically if they had met me via social media, they would have never been friends with me.
Yeah?
I've had people tell me that. Well, like, certain people tell me that. One person.
Yeah.
And
the recent one?
No. This is years and years ago.
Okay.
But it was like a very like, you know, that was another insecurity for a sec. I was like, wait, but as soon as I let those people go is when I became more of myself, because I don't want to just like fall into someone else's mold of like, well, I wouldn't like you because you're social media. It's like, well, actually, I don't think I like you and I like doing this because this makes me happy, right?
You need to find someone that fits into your life and you don't mold your entire life into them.
And that's something I think I've personally been like struggling a little bit with, or just kind of like developing a better relationship with, is like sometimes I do find myself getting influenced by other people's opinions or other people's things and being like, oh, maybe I should like dye my hair back to a normal color, or maybe, but it's like, wait, I'm only doing that for you. That's not what I want.
Yeah.
And I've had one of my friends tell me once, she was like, do you think you're not getting dates because of your social media and making fun of guys? And I was like, if a guy actually thinks this is serious, they need to go to a mental institution.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's like,
also, this is me. I don't care if it's my character. It's literally me and what I enjoy like to do.
And people are gonna have to be like okay with that, and that's a part of your life, and it would be inauthentic to have someone in your life who didn't want you posting certain things. It wouldn't be a match. And that would make you sad.
I know, it would make me so sad. Could you believe this? After this most recent breakup I had, I literally had these thoughts. I can't believe I said this to my therapist. I was like, maybe I should dye my hair back to a normal color and wear, you know, clothes that are a little less. And she was like, what are you even saying right now? You know, when you go through like breakup fog sometimes and you're just like saying the most absurd things to be like, maybe it's me, I'm the problem. And then you realize you're like, no, I'm just being myself. And if you don't like it, then go away.
I mean, it's very human to want to be accepted into community and to want to be loved. Those are like inherent things as humans that make us happy, that keep us safe in our society, in our small systems. So when we lose people, it's natural for us to do some self-reflection, like, oh my God, do I need to dye my hair brown? And I've been there too. I was sleeping with a guy and I was like, oh, clean girl aesthetic suddenly.
Right.
Like, ew, like it's, and I look back and I get a little bit of an ick from myself thinking about how I have changed parts of myself. But you know, I think it's normal to have those thoughts because we all want to be loved and be safe and feel a part of, but that's where it's important to be confident and build your own self-esteem to know this is what you like. You love wearing the pink hair. And we've talked about it before. We'll show up to you bet me I'm at Belle's Beach House in these boots that I also wore to Burning Man. I don't need to be in no heels. Those are uncomfortable.
I will wear all of my jewelry.
Yes.
Like, you know, and my rings and stuff. So.
Yeah. And like that confidence shows. And every time you choose to honor the pink hair version of yourself or the sparkly version of yourself, like that is what's going to grow your confidence as a human and as a creator. And every time you cut people out who think you need to be outside of that, you're going to go further.
Just means you'll level up in life.
Exactly. Goodbye.
Boom, boom. All right, we are coming towards the end of this podcast right now. I know.
I'm having fun.
I know. What the heck? We're going to take some questions from the audience. How do you think that we were able to get to the authentic side of social media and not let it consume us and have giant egos?
I think that the more you show up as yourself and you are brave enough to put yourself out there, the more opportunity you are giving yourself to receive positive feedback on who you are. I've not always dressed like this. I used to have like a very like basic style. I would say just kind of more typical, trendy, whatever it might be. And the second that I started getting a little bit like just testing the waters a little bit with my makeup, because you know I've worn this skirt for years and I thought the sparkles were like super extra, but then I started playing with makeup, and this year I actually had kind of like a tagline in my videos basically saying like no rules, like you dye your hair pink, no rules, like wear green eyeliner to the gas station, no rules. Like I would post these videos and things that I felt beautiful in my crazy makeup and my crazy jewelry, which, oh God, I've lost like all of it. It's somewhere under my bed, I'm sure. But like I would post these videos and all of a sudden people were like commenting like, oh my gosh, like you've inspired me to start wearing this makeup. I would tell people, wear your holographic eyeliner, like don't save it for the raves, like wear it every day. And people were like, am I too old to do that? I'm like, hell no. And like, by you continuously showing up as yourself, you are encouraging people to show up as themselves. People want to be expressive. Like people want to share what they have. We all have our own styles, but they're scared. So if you are able to look past the comments saying you should dye your hair brown, or maybe I should wear less sparkles or normal makeup, whatever it might be, and you can really step into things that make you feel beautiful, you get confidence stepping more into that by inspiring people who see you doing it.
And please don't stop wearing sparkles.
Ever. One of the first things someone told me when I moved to LA at your Lord of the Rings themed party at one of these towns.
One of my many 12,000 parties a year.
Yeah. Someone told me, and I had a completely different style at this time. Someone told me, please don't lose your sparkle. Like I just moved to LA and they said, please don't lose your sparkle. And if anything happens, like it's been really hard. And I've grown a lot on social media, but I feel like I've found it even more.
I'm going to cry. And to whatever friend said that, I freaking love you. And that's probably why you're my friend. Like,
exactly.
Wait, that's so awesome. But it's so true, because when people move to LA, you've been here a few years now. I remember my first year living in LA. I was like, yeah. And I remember working on set, and a lot of the assistant directors were like, you're new. I can tell because you're just happy and have energy. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like,
a spunk to life.
they're like, you're going to develop an edge.
Yeah.
I've developed an edge, but in my own way.
Yeah. But it's not like you're not, sadistic
Depressing.
And sad. And you do have to you grow a little bit of a spine here. That's for sure. But yeah, it's good. You've done a good job keeping your sparkle through everything.
You've done a good job. Well, Chloe, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Absolutely.
Clout Nine, baby.
And I would just like to say, and I think I've said this to you maybe once before, but like as a creator, you have been so inspiring to me and my own journey. Like the way you show up with your pink hair has definitely inspired me to be like, she can be successful in a way that doesn't look the same as everyone else. And it's given me confidence looking up to you as a creator, being like, damn, maybe this like feather in my hair that's somewhere in there. Maybe that does belong right there. And yeah, everything you do, you work so hard. You inspire so many people, and I'm really proud of you.
Oh, thank you. And I mean, like, right back at you, like, the things you do with, like, the TikTok shop and, like, the TTCC program. I've been super inspired because I think you and I are very different creators in different aspects of the creator world that we can learn from each other.
We teach each other so much.
So much. And I think something that a lot of people don't do is they stop learning.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
We're always learning, and that's how you get far in life.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so proud of you.
All right, well, where can they find you, Chloe?
Oh, gosh. If you want to see my TikTok shop content, you can find me on TikTok at Chloe's Cart. Yeah. And if you want to follow my new house hunting, getting my house together, homestead, outdoor lifestyle account, you can find me at Chloe Eleanor, and I'm really excited about that account. We're going to be in the trees.
We're going to be in the trees. All right, guys. Till next time. I'm your host, Alex Drachnik, and this has been amazing, Chloe.
Thank you for having me.
Yay! All right. Woo!